Bailey, you are in luck. They have a pet toilet over there. We're going. Bailey, check it out. Come here. Look at this, girl. You got your own fire hydrant over here. Bailey, what's the matter? She's standing by the door. She just wants to leave. This girl's got class. I think I need a big gulp. Oh yeah. Looking pretty sweet. Katie.
Okay.
And Allie.
Hi.
Should I stop? You don't want to be in the video. They're embarrassed. But look at this view. Just check this out.
Kyle's not going to want that in his video, Dad.
This is my video, not Kyle's video. That's the difference. Hello and welcome to another episode of Out of Spec Motoring, where today we are leaving our beautiful condo here on Marco Island. And I just finished, well actually this morning I just finished charging up. You can see my cable is all put away here. Nice and neatly in my frunk, my massive frunk here. And one of the things we have here at the condo is actually electric vehicle car charging reserved. This spot right here is reserved for electric vehicle car charging. And a lot of people don't know this, but this is actually not level 3, not level 2, but it's level, or even level 1. This is level half charging. And the reason is because there is the electric vehicle charging that powers this light that lights up this beautiful palm tree at night. But the problem is the plug is only on at night. So that's why I call it level half. So here we are on the elevator, and I just got a call from Kathy. She's like, "Where are you? We gotta go." So hopefully we're not running late, but she sometimes gets a little antsy, which I understand. So where's Bailey? Bailey, there she is, my traveling companion. Hey girl, we're gonna have a road trip. Oh yeah. All right, you ready to go?
No.
Come on.
Never ready to go. Never sure how to open this either.
If I just stand near it, watch. All you have to do is stand near it. But there is a little hook there
Take
that
my
you can
little
do.
sun hat. And
I got
if you
it.
want to give me all the keys, I'll just throw them in.
All right,
place.
I'll do that. We're off, and as I mentioned before, we're going to be driving Miss Kathy Connor to the airport. And
I take the short way home.
You take the short way home. Bailey and I are going to be taking the long way home. And it's been nice having the IONIQ 5 down in Florida for the last 2 weeks. If for no other reason, the price of rental cars is insane. For a cheap little econo box, I believe it was about $139 a day if I were to fly into RSW, Regional Southwest, and have that. So in any event, it's also great to have our own set of wheels. So after I drop off Kathy to the at the airport, I'm going to be heading up to Tampa, taking our daughter out to dinner, and then getting up super early in the morning to start my trek home back up to Connecticut. So that's the game plan for the trip. case again, I see. All right, that's fine.
Daddy's going to take good care of you. I know. I'll see you in a few days.
One of the things I've decided to do is stop in and actually clean my windshield. I know this is not necessarily out of spec style, but I felt like it's the least I could do. You know? Least I could do is clean the back window so at least I can see out. And then as well as the front, so that maybe I'll set a new trend for out-of-spec motoring to have clean windshields. I don't know if this is going to be a good trend. I'm sure Kyle and Alyssa won't like this, but I'm doing it. I think I need a big gulp. Oh yeah. Looking pretty sweet. Okay, so we've driven 48.5 miles from Marco up to Regional Southwest. We averaged 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour. Currently, we're at 79% state of charge with an indicated 226 miles of range. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at where we could potentially charge, because what I don't want to do is wake up in the morning with a low battery. So I guess what I could do is go here to Ellington, to the premium outlets. It's only 84 miles away though. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be my closest bet. So let's go ahead and plan on going to Ellington. So I don't know if this is my drink of choice, but man, this big gulp is pretty good. They had this strawberry acai, but it was out, so I just got Coca-Cola. Anyway, it's time to hit the road. Off we go. Actually needed to stop off at the Walmart, not for charging my car, but I needed a micro SD card for my GoPro so that I can make this video. So very nice gentleman helped me out in there. I now have my SD card, micro SD card. I'm ready to get back on the road and heading up to Tampa. So as we're about ready to get off the exit for one of my favorite places in Tampa, it's called the Salt Shack. It's a great restaurant, and I think we can get some seating outside, maybe bring Bailey, have a nice seafood meal. It's basically right over there. With the lights on over there. So we're close, which is good. Now, interestingly enough, we got the 10% warning a little while ago. So I was cruising pretty good all the way up here from Fort Myers. We got 17 miles of range, and it's 82 degrees out. We've we've been averaging 2.8 miles per kilowatt hour. So not as good as what it was projected, but you can see the salt shack. I think you can see it right over there, all lit up. So we're looking good here. Just gonna have to figure out if I can get to an EA station, or if I'm gonna have to do something a little different to charge. Maybe plug in at the 110. I don't know, we'll figure it out. No big deal. So I just got here to the salt shack, all the way up from Marco Island in Tampa. This is a great place on the water, and they do allow dogs, which is great. So we're gonna have a good time tonight, get a good rest at Katie's house, and then I'll be off again in the morning. So the road trip is just getting going, folks. This place is awesome. Holy smokes. Rumor has it the girls are all the way in the back. Kate, what do you think, Bailey? Huh? What a great place. Hey guys.
How's it going?
All right.
Woo-hoo.
I have made it.
Hi.
Katie.
Okay.
And Allie.
Hi.
Should I stop? You don't want to be in the video. They're embarrassed. But look at this view. Just check this out.
Kyle's not gonna want that in his video.
This is my video, not Kyle's video. That's the difference. Wow, look at the size of this rope. Wow.
What's your Twitter count up to?
I think my Twitter count is up to almost 200.
Wow.
And I have a great ratio as well.
No way.
We just finished an excellent dinner at the Salt Shack here in Tampa. And unfortunately, I'm not going to make it to the next EA station. So I've got to I just went on PlugShare and just found a CCS/Chatamo, I think it's an Evgo at a Dunkin Donuts or a Marshall's, Britain Plaza. Not too far away from here. So that's where I'm heading to right now. Here I am at a charging station. Oh, my daughter just guided me here. Katie, thank you very much, and her friend Allie. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get out, and I gotta figure out how to charge at a news station, not an EA. Just need a little bit of a charge here. Well, let's see what we have. We have an Evgo, fast charging. Looks like a beast of a machine. Got a Chatamo and a CCS. All right, let's figure this puppy out. There we go, initiating session. What a beautiful car that is. Look at that thing. What is that? All right, I heard something happening. So ultimately, I was not able to use the app. I just put my credit card in, and I don't know, let's see what we're gonna grab here. I'm getting 46 kilowatts. Welcome to Out of Spec Reviews, where I am making a video of my daughter making a video of me. I think she's putting it on TikTok. I don't know, but look at this sweet Audi. What is this thing? A Q3. Amazing machine. You got a new UI in there, right? You just had that replaced.
Yep.
And here we are at the Dunkin Donuts somewhere in Florida, in Tampa. And I'm pulling a whopping 46 kilowatts here at the Evgo. And I don't know, this is gonna be a long night. I just got to get enough juice to be able to get to EA. I need EA. All right, we're good. I've got 45 miles of range, estimate 19%. We're gonna kill it. There we go, end session. Charging stopped. All right, let's unplug. Time to motor on. So we've made it to Davis Island. All is good. What a day. Great dinner, salt shack. Now it's time for some shut-eye. Well, it's 6:30 a.m. here in Tampa. The moon is out. And Bailey, you ready to get in the car? Let's start this trip. Day 2. Okay, so I'm in Tampa. It's 6:40 a.m. and where I want to go is, where did it go? There it is. Walk at Highwoods. I don't know what that is. There it is. Okay. We've got...
Let's get started.
All right.
Drive safe. Half a mile.
It's only 14 miles.
Straight.
No. There we go again. I got flipped up again. 21 miles, 17% state of charge, estimated range of 41 miles. So I definitely overcharged at the Evgo last night. I haven't gotten the bill yet. I don't know how much it charged me. But anyway, we are off. Goodbye, Davis Island, Florida. It's been great. Thank you, Katie. So we just plugged in here at Highlands Preserve, somewhere in Florida, and I grabbed a 350, which is nice. And we'll check out in a minute what kind of energy we're pulling. But one of the things is it's not very crowded here. I mean, there's a lot of parking spots around. You can see all the way over there, all the way over here, and there's only one other car here. It's a Mustang Mach-E. And what's interesting to me is that this Mustang is not charging. So he's just pulled in, and granted, there's a lot of other spaces here. It's not like he's blocking. I guess he is blocking, but this is not a place to park. So I guess the garbage men are here this morning. But you know, it's just, I don't understand the etiquette of just leaving your car parked at a charging station. So just finished breakfast at the Panera Bread here, and there's a nice ID.4 parked right over here. All right, so it's been 27 minutes. Now charging at 51 kW, and it's time to leave. We've ramped down. It's been a good charging session. Taken roughly 70 kilowatt hours worth of juice. It's time to motor. Charging session there, charged from 6% to 90% in 27 minutes. We had tapered down to 55 kilowatts, so we've got a stated range of 249 miles. Now, when I go over here to Electrify America, it seems as though the next station that we can get to is Gainesville, Florida. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make it all the way to Jacksonville. So I think what I'm going to do is go over here. Electrify America, Gainesville, Florida. There we are. It's only 100 miles away. But
ready? I am. Let's go.
I'm ready. Let's go. All right. Let's do a little lane change here. Welcome to Gainesville, Florida, where I really appreciate this first edition ID.4 not charging on this 350, but then I noticed the maximum power output of this particular unit is software limited to 50 kilowatts for some reason. However, I am lucky enough that there are two 350s here. I'm currently pulling 229 kilowatts. And you know, listen, this thing is a charging beast. Now I pulled in with, I think it's about 36% state of charge. I'm already at 42% state of charge. Now I just met my new friend over here, Brad, who actually, I'm going to come over here because Brad knows Kyle and has met him out in Colorado, but he's charging his Bolt. And Brad, I just want to say thank you for not charging on the 350. You're aware that your car only pulls a max of 55 kilowatts or so. But tell me a little bit about your car and how you know Kyle.
I met him through Facebook early on.
All right, well, let's see what you're pulling right here. You're at 54% state of charge. And these EA screens are always a pain because they cycle through. You know, I hate how slow they are when they cycle through. But I'm curious what you're pulling at 54% state of charge. It's a little bit tricky to see. We'll come back to, oh, here we go. Here we go. So 36 kilowatts.
Yeah, it dropped down about a minute ago. I was pulling about 53 earlier.
Right, right. Now let's go over here. Boy, I'll tell you what, this ID.4 first edition, beautiful. Ah, he's got a little dent on there. Oh, that's too bad. So I'm at 54%. Is that what you're at right now, Brad? 54, 55%. So again, the IONIQ 5, and I'm pulling 234 kilowatts. So Brad, when you can, you got to get yourself an eGMP platform car.
I do. I do.
Now, which one would you buy? EV6, IONIQ 5, or the new GV60?
It would most likely be the EV6.
The EV6.
I feel a little more comfortably in it.
Yeah, okay. All right, well, that's cool. I haven't actually driven the EV6 yet, but I'm loving this IONIQ 5. And, you know, similarly, we're pulling 235 kilowatts right now at 58% state of charge.
It's a pipe dream for me.
Yeah, I know, man. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be out of here. I'm going to be out of here in no time. But listen, very nice meeting you, Brad. Good luck with your road trip. And please say hi to Raleigh. That's Kyle's old hometown.
He was. I could not wait to get back. We were on Fort Bragg and in Raleigh for a while, and we got sent to Colorado. And Colorado's beautiful, but at home is Raleigh.
Yeah, I hear you, my friend. Well, listen, nice talking to you, okay?
Likewise.
All right. You can see once we hit 80%, this is a behavior that I've noticed quite a bit. It ramps down to 7, 5. Allie, what are you doing? The ID.4 left. It's all good. All right. So, in any event, it ramps down to like 7 or 5 or even as low as 3 kilowatts. But there's nothing wrong with the charger. The car is asking for this low amount of power. And what it's doing is, I believe it's recalculating. You probably have seen this in my last video. It's recalculating what's in the battery. I don't know if it's a BMS recalculation or whatever, but you will see that it'll shoot up after almost 5 minutes, I believe. It'll shoot back up to a higher state of charge and start charging at a higher rate again. So in any event, it's kind of a weird behavior, but if you're charging one of these eGMP platforms, I don't care if it's an EV6 or if it's GV60, I assume the same battery pack, then you're gonna want to stay with that charger. Don't move to another session. It's nothing wrong with the EA station. It's what the car is asking for. All right, Bailey, almost ready to go. We've had a good session here at Gainesville. We are at 29 minutes. We're gonna pull out in 1 minute. As soon as this thing stops, well, once it hits the 30-minute mark. I mean, I could unplug and plug back in and take it to 100, but I think we're gonna be all right. I think we're gonna have enough juice to get the cooler. We shall see. 29 minutes. There we go. We've gotten 51 kilowatt hours. Ramped down quite a bit. 32 kilowatts at 96%. Not terrible. Understanding the state of charge. It's about 75 degrees out in Gainesville now. Maybe 70. Yeah, probably about 75. And look at that. 30 minutes. All right, let's stop the charging. There we go. We'll wait for the click. There we go. Pull out. Throw this little doodad in there. I don't know why you have to have that. Hit the close button and we are off. Bailey, come with me. You got to go back in your little house. All right, we're gonna keep going. Come here, girl. Come here. All right, Bailey, it's time to go back in your little hut. There you go. And one of the things that I do like about this IONIQ 5 is it has the cooling ventilation, AC or heat right there. So I'm keeping Bailey in the back seat for this section of the trip, only because I think it's a little bit more shady, and as the sun comes up, I can actually put up this nice sun visor right there as well. So Bailey, you'll stay. You got like an awesome place there to hang out, girl. It's all good. So as we leave the Gainesville, Florida EA station, I charged up to 95 or 96%. We've got an indicated range of 237 miles. We're just having to head south on 75 for one exit here. And Pooler...
Exit right.
Yeah, exit right, I will. Pooler, Georgia is 208 miles away, so I've got a 30 mile buffer, 31 mile buffer. Now the reason why I think I might make it, not because I'm an optimist, well I am, but I think that the roads that we're going to be on for the next, call it hour and a half or so, are more local roads where we're not doing 70 plus miles an hour, let's just say.
In 0.1 miles,
this is
turn left.
These roads here, I think if you can do 65 on average or 60 in a lot of places, I think that's going to be a decent outcome. So look, I'm optimistic we're going to make it. I do have a bailout. We'll check in when we get up towards Jacksonville just to see how we're doing and see if we can make it. The 10% battery nanny just reared her ugly head and said, "Find charging immediately." Now we are 9.1 miles away from Pooler, which is the Electrify America station that we decided to go for. I've got 20 miles of indicated range at 10% state of charge. It's 87 degrees outside right now. Our battery temperatures, according to car scanner, are quite warm, 33 degrees Celsius and 34 degrees Celsius. So I anticipate an excellent charging session in Pooler, assuming I can get a 350. So I wish I could go a little faster to burn off some more energy and arrive closer to a state of charge of 0, but it looks like we'll get there with about a 8 or 9 mile buffer, which I guess is pretty good for out of spec style road tripping. Welcome to Pooler, Georgia, with a range of 12 miles, 6%. I didn't get down to the 5% battery nanny. She's nasty. You don't want to get her. But yeah, so we pulled in with 6%. We went 207.8 miles with 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour. And you know, this was a lot of, I would say, you know, double lane highway, sort of doing 60, 65, and then back on 95. So let's go ahead and get this puppy plugged in. We've got a nice Kona, a bolt just pulled away. We got the Kona plugged into the 350, which is, you know, I just hate to say this, but when you're pulling 58 kilowatts, and I've owned a couple of these Konas, and these Konas will charge maximum like 76, 77. So advice for the future, I love the car, but this guy's from Quebec, so maybe we'll give him a hall pass. But I've got a 350 over here. I hope it works. We'll get this thing juicing up. So we've been plugged in here for quite a bit. Charger says it's available, but it's been spinning around initiating charging. This handshake is getting a little too formal for me. I don't know what we're gonna do here. The folks just came back from, I guess, wherever they were, but so here we are in Pooler, Georgia, charging. Just spoke to these nice folks from Quebec who actually work for a Hyundai dealership, retail, somewhere in Canada. And what's interesting is they were told by the sales manager that if they charge at a 350, they will charge faster. So we just had a very good chat, and I explained to him that his car can only pull a max of 77. Back in the day, the problem with EA pricing structure and the Konas, for those of you that might remember, is the Kona would, when it was first plugged into an EA station, it would ask for 77 kilowatts. And once it did that, it was locked into the higher tier pricing, because EA had a higher tier pricing at anything over 75 kilowatts was charged at a higher rate. But the problem was it would only stay at 77 kilowatts for maybe a minute. In some cases, it wouldn't even charge at 77 kilowatts. But since the car was requesting 77 kilowatts, you'd pay for the entire session at the higher rate. Luckily, EA changed that pricing structure. So hopefully we did a little pay it forward education today for the nice folks from our neighbors to the north in Canada, and hopefully we'll be able to educate them so that they'll pull into a 150. Now in this case, it didn't really matter because all of these stations are open. They were plugged into this 350. But in the future, I think they understood what was going on and seemed like very happy and knowledgeable now. All right. Yeah, so as I walk into the Walmart just to get some water or something, I just think it's important for us as we do run into people at charging stations, for those of you who do understand this, not to be confrontational at all, but to be educational. And for those people that are willing to listen and willing to learn, then for sure, maybe they can actually learn something about their car. So in this particular case, I think they did, and I was happy about that. But let's not try to be mean or nasty if somebody is blocking a station. If you got the Taycan or the Lucid or an EGMP car and there's no 350s and you got an ID.4 or a Bolt or a Kona plugged into the 350s, be nice about it. Maybe you ask, maybe you don't. Use your judgment. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Kyle, I have found your perfect setup. You got the Jeep being towed by what I believe is a variation of the Partridge Family bus. For those old enough to remember the Partridge Family, that was actually more of a school bus. This is more of a coach bus, but man, does this thing look sick. I am loving this rig. So one of the things I wanted to point out here on this charger is if you are paying for charging, now we're at 27 minutes and it ramped down to 7-8 kilowatts and now it's back up to 115. But look at the cost here in Georgia. I think I mentioned this on the last road trip I did when I came down here, but a comparable charge in the state of South Carolina, as an example, would be, I would say, 3 times this amount, maybe $27, $28 to get to this level of 65 kilowatt hours being delivered. So if you do have a choice and you can actually push the trip from South Carolina to Georgia, Bailey, what's your advice? Go to Pooler, Georgia, right? It's a lot less expensive. Or if you're heading north from, let's say, Florida, and you actually have enough juice to get to South Carolina, I would say pull into Georgia. I don't know why, but the cost of electricity is so much cheaper. With 29 minutes, so we're just gonna let it tick over to 30, and then we are out of here. We gotta figure out where our next charging stop is. I should have done that while I was waiting, but I was walking the dog and talking to people from Canada. It's very busy here at the Walmart, you know. It's just, it all happens here at the Walmart. So we're at 89% state of charge with an indicated range of 185 miles. And it appears as if the Florence Walmart is 164 miles away. Now let's go into Electrify America, Florence, South Carolina. There we go. All right, it says 163 miles. I think we should do that.
We're all set. Let's go.
We'll do a check-in to see if perhaps we need to bail at some point, but there's a couple of different options for us to bail. I just think that the car, because I was going quite fast, with an estimate of 184 miles, now it's up to 171. I guess as the crow flies, it's a little bit more miles. It's not a big gap between the estimated miles that's in the battery versus what's in the versus what the distance is. So we may have to bail, I don't know, but I think it's time to leave. So as we pass the Walmart truck, which is very near and dear to anyone's heart who needs Electrify America up and down the East Coast at least, I just wanted to say Okay, I remember what I wanted to say. So it feels super windy out here. So I went to the Windy app, windy.com, and I'm near Bluffton, South Carolina. And it's 2:35 in the afternoon on a Monday. So, you know, what's interesting is the, oh, nice Panamera GTS. Look at that. I know it's internal combustion, boy, that's a beautiful rig, and it looks good in red, Kyle's least favorite color. But anyway, it looks pretty good. I'm getting blown around here with the wind, and so I went to the windy.com app, and it says that the gusts are only 9 and 10 at the most, knots. And I mean, I am in Bluffton, South Carolina. Maybe they're just understating. No, I'm just kidding. So 9 or 10 knots doesn't sound like a big number, but these trucks are going a little bit sideways here and there. I just got blown around pretty good. So it concerns me a little bit, because the gap that I have between what I've got in terms of estimated range and mileage, I'm at 77%, 86 degrees out, and I'm only getting 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour right now, and I've been doing 65 to 75, but I was hoping for more like 2.8, 2.9 because of come on over, mister, come on, there you go. But I think the wind is absolutely hurting my range. So the gap that I have between my destination, which is Florence, South Carolina, of 142 miles, and what it says I have in the bank, if you will, in the vault, is 158 miles of range, based on my driving style, perhaps based on the wind. So maybe I should just tail this Wabash truck and draft for a little bit, but I got to watch the gap. I've got a 15-mile gap between what I have and how far I need to go. I'm confident I will make it, just control it with speed, out of spec style, but some things to think about here in South Carolina. So one thing I forgot to mention is that the direction of the wind is coming from the southeast, and it's going northwest, which should actually push me along and help me. So I'm thinking, the more I think about this, I think that I'm actually going to be okay. I've got a 16-mile gap and basically doing 70 miles an hour or so in this traffic, maybe 70, 75, somewhere in there. But I think with the wind at my tail, I'm hoping that will help me keep this gap of 16 miles between here and Florence. We shall see. So we've gone 170 miles with an average 2.8 miles per kilowatt hour. What's this? A Walmart, you say? Impossible. All right, so here we are, Florence, South Carolina. And I'm gonna back into this 350. There's nobody here. You gotta love that. All right. Hubert, we're plugged in. We got ourselves a 350 here. So we're immediately jumped up to 200 and a little over 200 kilowatts, which is great. We're at a 12% state of charge. I just want to say that I have the remote AC on in the car, aka sort of like dog mode in a Tesla. I wish this were official dog mode, but I'm going to go in quick, use the restroom, come back out. I'll monitor the fact that the car is going to stay at 70 degrees inside, so Bailey will be fine. So don't worry. So we're leaving Florence, South Carolina, and I just met some real nice people at the charger, and they were from Connecticut, and they had an ID.4. They bought it Curran, where I had bought one of my ID.4s from, and he's had his car since August. They're moving to Florida, and he loves his car. He said he's never going back to internal combustion. So we had a good charging session. I got talking again. I'm up 91% state of charge, right at 30 minutes. Indicated range says 188, which I guess, I don't know. We'll see. It's 87 degrees outside. Bailey is happy. She's been lounging all day. So let's get back on the road. We've got 185 miles indicated range, 89% state of charge, heading north, and I've got plugged into my Waze. I've got Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Now, here's the deal. Rocky Mount is 178 miles away, and I've got an indicated range of 185. So, I guess if I were to keep the speeds down, I could probably make it, but I think the faster thing to do is just drive, and then I'm going to call an audible when I get up the road a little bit, probably bail somewhere sooner in North Carolina, maybe for dinner, and we'll see if we can time something out there. But I'm feeling good. Met some nice people, like I mentioned just before, from Connecticut. I'm jealous because they're moving to Florida. Oh man, moving over to Miami. But you know, great charging session. I was pulling 220, and I stayed in for the full 30 minutes. And I think I went from just under 10%, 9% or so, to 91% in 30 minutes. And of course I know it tapered, but whatever. It's all good. Those of you who have ever traveled on Route 95 through at the North Carolina, South Carolina border, you will know about Pedro. Pedro has billboards up and down 95, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 miles north of his establishment and south of his establishment. And they got all kinds of crazy billboards that say things like, take a walk on the wild side, visit Pedro's reptile world. You know, the one I just saw before said, become a Rhodes Scholar and stop in and see Pedro. But there's one sign that today caught my eye, and it said, stop in for Pedro's rapid electric vehicle charging. And I got to do it. I got to see what do they have. I don't know what that's going to be. So stay tuned. My next stop is not going to be Rocky Mount. I'm going to Pedro's. Here we are at Pedro's place, El Toro, and I don't see any electric vehicle charging. Should I go up in that thing? Maybe it's up on top of there. I don't know. I don't need fireworks. I don't really want a taco or a hot tamale. I just want to see what kind of electric vehicle charging is here. But I don't see any. Well, let me keep hunting. Bailey, you are in luck. They have a pet toilet over there. We're going. Let's do this. Bailey, check it out. Come here. Look at this, girl. You got your own fire hydrant over here. Check this out. Come on. Look at this, girl. Check it out. This place is awesome. What do you think? Mommy never lets us stop here. But now we know the truth. Bailey loves it here. Bailey, what's the matter? She's standing by the door. She just wants to leave. This girl's got class. She's got class, unlike her daddy. You want to leave? She wants out of here. Pedro says, I need a chili dog. So let's see. Super dogs, beers. All right. Let's see what we got here. Pronto breakfast. Beers. Good for the road trip. Pedro's Mexican menu. I think I gotta try a taco. I decided it's against my better judgment. That's what my dad used to say. It's against my better judgment. So I think what I'm gonna do is not get the chili dog today. Skip that. Because it seemed like what was going on at the counter there, it was like they were closing a mortgage or something. And I don't know, it was a debate about a corn dog versus a chili dog. I don't know what was going on there, but I say we get back on the road and continue on this road trip. fingers are clicking. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Welcome, David. All right. Charging started. I heard the IONIQ 5 speak those magic words. Thing looks sick and nice. Look at that. Oh, just a beautiful, beautiful. Let's see what we're pulling. $186. Oh, 214. There we go. Now we're talking. All right, so we pulled in with 4% state of charge, and the battery pack was at 31 degrees Celsius at the, and these folks over here were still on their road trip from Canada. They were plugged into the 350, but they were kind enough to move for me. And then when he moved, he went over to this unit, and that one did not read his credit card. And then this one over here is just down. So very nice of him to move. And yeah, look, plugged in with 6%. Oh, actually with 4%, we're already up at 9% after just a couple of minutes. So I think we'll maybe walk the pup. She says she wants to go for a walk. All right, Bailey, let's do it. So here we are back at the Sheets, and I met up with my friends Danielle and France, and they're from Quebec, and I'm very proud of them for this huge road trip that they're doing in this Kona electric. Actually, the same exact spec that I had when I had two of these, and so this is a great car. Danielle can pull into any one of these stations, a 150 or a 350, and if he pulls into a 150, then he's going to be able to charge at the max pull rate. So he's going to go back and educate some of the folks at the dealership and let them know.
Yes.
Daniel, any words of wisdom?
Bon voyage, bonne route.
What's that?
Bonne route. Wisdom, I don't...
Wisdom. Any thoughts that you have? Any ideas or thoughts that you would like to share about your road trip so far?
They should advertise the exit, highway exit. They should advertise where we can plug the car.
Yes. Yes.
The only place I saw it, it's south of the border.
South of the border, I know. I went there.
They show it.
I know. I saw that.
Otherwise, you don't know. If you lose internet, we're very courageous.
Yes, you are. I give both of you a lot of credit, especially in a car like this. Now, this car has great range.
You see,
the Kona, but it doesn't charge as fast as we talked about with the IONIQ.
I think we'll still be married tomorrow night.
You're going to survive this this road trip?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's good. And listen, thank you so much for moving from the 350 over here to the 150. I really appreciate that, and also for getting to know you a little bit on your road trip. So best of luck to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Take care. So here we are in Rocky Mount, and I did something I don't usually do, but I charged to 100%. Combination of things. I got into some good conversation with my friends from Canada and showed them the PlugShare app. Then Bailey, she was hungry. I took her for a couple of walks, which she deserved. She's being such a good girl. So I'm going to travel another, I think, 160 some odd miles to a hotel somewhere in Virginia, and then I'll call it a night. So I just wanted to make sure I had plenty of charge to make it there. I didn't want to have to fool around late at night with a charge. So in any event, we say goodbye to this Sheets here in Rocky Mount, which is, I got myself an amazing tuna fish sandwich here, and I splurged for a cookie as well. So road trip warrior part, I don't know, what part am I at now? I don't even remember. Anyway, let's keep going. So I booked a hotel in Stafford, Virginia, and that is exactly 186 miles away from where I am right now. And I've got 217 miles of indicated range with a 97% state of charge. What's good about the fact that I charged up to 100 is that I know I'll make it to the hotel. And then just north of the hotel where I'm staying in Stafford, there's an EA. So I'll get up in the morning and I will go over to Electrify America and be at quite a low state of charge, but I'll charge in the morning rather than at midnight, which is when I'm scheduled to arrive at the hotel. So it's 9:24 p.m. right now. I've been on the road for how many hours? 15? Yeah, since 6:30 this morning. Feeling great. And let's just keep motoring. Well, Bailey, it's what time is it? 12:12 a.m. We just hit the 10% battery nanny. We've been driving for basically, we've been in the car since 6:30 a.m. so 18 hours. We've got 22 miles left as indicated and 10% state of charge. So it's been a great day. It's time now to, where are we? Oh yeah, Red Roof Inn, home for the night. What do you say, Bailey? Should we go inside? It's time. Good morning and welcome to Stafford, Virginia, where I had an amazing sleep at the Red Roof Inn. Actually, in general, I don't like to stay at Red Roof Inns, but I would recommend this one. This is actually quite nice. And yeah, it was good. So anyway, we're on our last leg of our journey back to Connecticut today. And it should be a lot of traffic around Washington, D.C. But, well, let's give it a whirl. We're going to wake up. It's not too cold this morning. I think I'm at 10% state of charge. And interestingly enough, the Electrify America station is just about a half a mile away from this hotel. So I've got to charge up, maybe get some breakfast, and then we'll get going and be on our way. Bailey, where are you, girl? You ready to go back on the road? Let's do this. So as we're finishing up this awesome charging session here in Stafford, Virginia, I just want to show you this station here. Look at this. There's 10 chargers. We've got 2 350s on the end and then 8 150s. So a great installation. And the other thing I want to show you is that I don't know where the cameras are, but it says up here, it says cameras in use. So again, I sort of like that. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of an increase in security. One of the most common questions I get about my car is, wow, what is that thing? It looks like a spaceship. And oh, it's electric. Well, how fast does it charge? And you know, it's interesting. You can talk about kilowatts and you can talk about capacity, how much battery capacity it has. But the one thing that Hyundai says is that the car can charge from 10 to 80% in 18 minutes. Now, I pulled in with 10%, and here I am, 18 minutes into the session. I've pulled 57.8.9 kilowatt hours, and I'm at 79% right now. So I think their claim to fame, or their claim about 10 to 80% in terms of how fast does it charge, is spot on. And I've seen this repeated. So I overcharged a little bit just to check out that 10 to 80%, which worked like a charm. But that's all right. I've got a little bit of buffer. No drama on this Tuesday morning. Making it home. I'm going to be on my way to Newcastle, Delaware, which will be my last stop. And yeah, great charging session. Says thank you, David. Well, thank you, Electrify America. $26.66 worth of energy. On behalf of Hyundai paying Electrify America, I thank you, because this was free for me. Love it. Welcome to Newcastle, Delaware. Welcome to Wawa. I love saying that. And welcome back to the Hyundai IONIQ 5 Hyundai. And I just plugged in. This is my last charging stop for the trip, round trip. And I just plugged in here to unit number 2, and that one hung up. So I don't know what the deal is with this one. I'll have to report that on PlugChair. So what I did, and I realized I parked a little crooked here, but I was able to actually plug in over here on charger number 3. So they've got a total of 6 here. Well, what's interesting is this unit they said was down, number 1. So number 2 said it was up. I don't know what I'm pulling. I could go look inside the car. It's probably better if I do that. That'll be faster. Let's see. Let's see what we're pulling here. All right. 119. Okay. Well, it is 64 degrees outside, something like that. It's starting to ramp up now. I bet I hit a number on my battery pack. All right, this is good. This is very good. So, yeah, I'll take that, 192. And with that, I think it's time to walk Bailey, maybe get a little breakfast, and continue on with this charging session here. For those of you who have know about this paint, this is Shooting Star matte paint, which is really a beautiful color. As soon as I get home though, I'm definitely going to be giving it a wash. I mean, the bugs are just all over this, and I know that's not good. I'm going to have to definitely give this a wash. It was similar when I got down to Florida in terms of the bugs that were on there, but it cleaned up beautifully. The Dr. Beasley's kit that they give you when you buy this car, at least here in the States, it's a non-wax based car wash, and that'll clean up beautifully. So there you go. Well, Bailey, you've been a great traveling companion. And I know that you're on a mission right now. Where are you taking me? Let's go on this grass. This looks beautiful. Look at this. Look at us up here. Oh yeah. Anyway, Bailey, I just want to thank you for a great road trip. So Bailey, I want to give you a little lesson on electric vehicle charging, as if you don't know already. But behind us are some Tesla superchargers, and very soon, what I would say, Bailey, is that we in the CCS world may not just be looking for green when we pull into these stations, but we also may be looking for red if we can get ourselves one of those CCS adapters. So this station here is completely empty except the Model 3 just pulled in. So hopefully soon, Bailey, we'll be able to charge at some Tesla superchargers. I know that adapters are on the way. Can't wait for that to happen. Oh boy, that's gonna be fun. CCS charging with a Tesla supercharger. Can't wait for that to happen. What about you, Bailey? Well, you've been such a good trooper on this trip. Very proud of you, girl. So we've got 168 miles left to home. And then you can go run and play and eat pepperoni and do all the good stuff. But in the meantime, we got to make sure we have enough charge to get home. All right, so we've gone pretty deep into the pack here. I got plenty of juice to get home. We're at 92%. Just use the facilities one more time. Currently only pulling 35 kilowatts. So it's time to stop, end the charging for this trip. It's been a good one. And put this back in close. There we go. Well, Wawa, it's been good. It's been nice, but we're out of here. Although that New York fried chicken place across the street looks really good. I don't know. Okay, so let's just plan this last leg of the trip. We have estimated arrival of 1:34 p.m. It's 10:49 a.m. right now. Looks like 2 hours 45 minutes, 168 miles according to Waze. We're currently at a 92% state of charge. I overcharged just so that I've got some juice to drive around when I get back into Connecticut. So far the trip has been, well, since I left Connecticut a couple weeks ago, I've driven about 3,700 miles and 3.0 miles per kilowatt hour. And you know, I will say that there were a couple of drove up to Tampa and back, drove down to Key West and back, so there was a lot of driving beyond just the actual road trip to and from New York down to Connecticut. Well, Bailey's got her little house. Bailey? Oh, she's scratching away. She's got something going on back there. But in any event, let's get going. 168 miles, last leg of the trip. Here we go. Trip's coming to an end, and it was great to see some folks that were fans of the channel, and a couple people knew Kyle, which was great. One guy actually knew who I was, which was pretty amazing, and it was really nice to meet all of you. And I wanted to just give you a couple of data points. So since I left a little over 2 weeks ago, we've driven 3,875 miles. The average was 3.0 miles per kilowatt hour, a total driving time of 78 hours. No mechanical issues with the car at all. Electrify America, flawless. In fact, I went back to the Naples station and both 350s were outputting incredibly well. So, you know, I didn't use that to charge on my road trips for out of spec motoring for the videos here, but I did use them. I went back just to check to make sure that everything was okay there, and it was. As a matter of fact, when I was charging there, an EV6 pulled up, and then an IONIQ 5 pulled up, and it was like the South Korean invasion in Naples, Florida, and all of us had a kind of a chuckle about that. So if you guys are watching this video, thanks for hanging with me at the Naples Electrify America charging station. Hyundai, you've done a great job with this car. It has been super comfortable. Look, I'm 6'5", a little portly, maybe around the middle. I fit very well in this car. I am eagerly awaiting what the GV60 will look like. That thing's got my eye. It's got my wife's eye too, so we'll see if maybe a Genesis EV60 is in the future for the Connor family. We'll see. I'd like to hold on to this car and convince my wife to sell her Macan. I don't know if that's going to happen, because the Macan EV is coming out as well this fall. So in any event, we'll see what happens with that. But it's been a great trip, flawless. Why not end it off? I don't think I hit rain one time on this entire trip, at least going back and forth from Florida up to Connecticut, or Connecticut down to Florida. It's just drizzling a little bit now, but I don't know. What is an out of spec motoring road trip without pouring rain? So Kyle, I apologize, I didn't uphold your tradition of always hitting a rainstorm with one of your videos, but you know, in any event, a very good solid trip, and I appreciate all of you guys watching. We'll be getting off the exit in just a little bit. I'll do a quick wrap up. Thank you, and that's about it. So Bailey and I want to thank you for watching our episode of Out of Spec Motoring, from Connecticut all the way down to Florida, and from Florida back to Connecticut. So appreciate it for all the viewers that stuck with us. I imagine no one did, but if you did, we both thank you for watching another episode out of Spec Motoring. Have a good one.